Hi, Dan DeFedericis of Saratoga Report, and I am here with somebody new, at least on Saratoga Report, Tiffany Farrell. She is the newly appointed assistant high school principal at Saratoga Central Catholic School, Spa Catholic to some of you. This is sponsored content, but I think you're going to be, if you're a parent, you're going to be intrigued by what we're going to discuss here. Ms. Farrell, good afternoon, and welcome to Saratoga Report. And how is your summer going?
Hi, it's great to meet you. My summer's going great. It's been interesting to see everything that's going on around the building and getting ready for school.
Oh, cool, cool. And we talked a little bit earlier, and I know, but you are. It seems like you've covered almost every position possible, including parent, that we'll get to in a minute, within the Catholic school system. I'll briefly go over it, and then you could fill in if I miss a pertinent point. But you spent a number of years at LaSalle Institute down in Troy as a teacher, correct?
Yep.
And then you taught at Saratoga Central Catholic, I believe, since 2017 in the math department,
Yep.
as well as the chair of the math department and chair of the diocese math department. Am I saying that correctly?
That is correct.
Okay, and you've had a number of other roles, and now you're the assistant high school principal. Like I said, you've covered. I think you've covered the gamut. Am I missing one or two that you'd like to point out that you've held? Because I know you held more.
Yep, and I also work on the DASC, the accreditation board for the school as well. So,
excellent.
And it's great to know all these little pieces because they add up to understanding the school much better.
Yes, and then you completely round it out because you're a parent of an alumnus of Saratoga Central Catholic and a current student, correct?
That is correct.
Wow, you've got the game. Let me hit this right on the head. Let me start right out of the gate to ask you the question that is important to a lot of parents. If you bumped into an old friend, you haven't seen him or her in 5 years, they've got let's call it a fourth or a fifth grader that is about to enter middle school, and they kind of pose you the question like, gee, I live in a good school district, I pay sizable taxes, and I'm interested in doing the best for my child, but I'm not sure if paying tuition makes sense. What am I getting if I go to a school such as Saratoga Central Catholic, well, specifically Saratoga Central Catholic? Why would you tell me, as your friend you haven't seen in a few years, about to enter a middle school, the child's about to enter middle school, what is that added value? Why is it worth paying a little some tuition to a private school when you're already paying school taxes?
That's a great question. It's amazing here. The classrooms are so small. The teachers are so caring. You just get to know everybody. Like the teachers will know all of the students within a couple of weeks of just starting out. And that helps out because then the kids feel very safe. They understand like who they can go to, who they can make contacts with. And it's just a huge community. And we're working well together. We've actually added to our school. We have a teacher for public speaking now. You would never get that, like intimate class. We have a social media, which the kids are now hands-on. I mean, it's amazing, like what we can do and offer for kids coming to the school.
And you mentioned a teacher for public speaking, a well-known teacher, one Tom Durkin, of Saratoga Racecourse, and I'm going to be interviewing him shortly as well in a few days. So that is exciting. Now, let me go back to the small class size. You again, as a parent, as a teacher, you've obviously experienced that. Can you give me a bit of a story or an example where, because of the intimacy there, I guess you could say, the connection with the students that you're able to have, do you have an example of one time you remember where it was so helpful to a family or a specific student, the fact that you as a teacher or somebody else as a teacher was able to take the time to work with a student that would be more difficult if the class sizes weren't so small?
Oh, that's on a daily basis. I mean, I'm able to talk with each individual student. I'm able to pull them aside. even for my son, it just helps out that the teachers are willing to talk to me as a parent. They know, and even if I wasn't in the school, I obviously talk to parents all the time about their student, what can, help them, or what they've done, what they've accomplished. So it just helps out, just knowing each student individually. I usually talk to a parent real quick about their student, and I can, pretty much assess like what's going on with the student and what they need, help in, or where they can excel. Maybe this after school program, we have clubs such as Lego club, or, a sport. I can talk to the parents about what kind of thing they're interested in, and I can see that in the classroom.
Yes, as you know, my daughters go to St. Clement's School, and we get a similar level of connection there. And I think you said this earlier, and I want to confirm it. Like at St. Clement's, my daughter's going into fifth grade. The first grade teacher, the second grade teacher, they all know my daughter. They also know my second grader. It sounds like it's similar at Saratoga Central Catholic.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody.
And therefore, if there is an issue or a warning sign or something, some or a lot of the teachers are going to pick up on it early. Whereas, again, if you didn't have that level of connection, the smaller class size, so things could slip. But I don't think,
Yes.
Obviously you're not perfect, but things generally don't slip at Saratoga Central Catholic from what I've seen.
Right. Students don't get lost.
That's great terminology. Yeah, thank you. And we talked about tuition, and financial aid's available. Can you touch on that? I know you're not an expert on it, but can you, from a parent perspective or whatever, could you touch on financial aid?
Financial aid is great, and it helps a lot of students, but it doesn't help. It doesn't just help certain students. I encourage everybody, no matter what, to try and apply, because you never know what you're going to get.
I've seen that, right? People think, well, it's only a very low income thing. I make a decent dollar. I'm not going to qualify. And while we're not promising anything there, like you said, they should try, because some people have been surprised that the thresholds for qualification, at least partial qualification, have been higher than people have thought.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's terrific. And so before we go here, with school starting, and it does not have to be at the beginning of the school year. There have been some students that have transferred into Saratoga Central Catholic in the middle of the school year, correct?
Oh yeah, all the time. We have enrollment, re-enrolling, so it's always, everybody's welcome at any time.
Yeah, obviously, this being August 14th, if someone was considering it, now would be the best time, or perhaps a few months ago. But here we are today. There's still time to apply for the new school year, and if someone's interested, they should look into it, and they should contact Saratoga Central Catholic and arrange a discussion or even a tour. Correct?
Correct. And Heather Bott is so knowledgeable. She'll spot on. She'll get you the information you need.
Excellent. Well, this is terrific. Any last thoughts for a parent that maybe still on the fence, a little hesitant to take a step forward? What this old friend that's still a little hesitant, what would you tell that person?
Come check it out. That's all I can tell you. Come check it out. You'll be so surprised.
That's terrific. Ms. Farrell, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate this. I think this was insightful and helpful and right to the point. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Take care and enjoy the rest of the fleeting summer.
Thank you.
Take care.